Hey Crush, here is your first video of the week. I am not telling you what we're doing for a workout this week. I won't be telling you that in any of the videos this week, but I am going to record videos. I think I have some other topics that might interest people. But first, let's talk about this week. So this week, I'm not releasing any workouts. You can look on Zen Planner. You can look anywhere you want. You won't find the workout posted anywhere. But when you come to the gym, back there at that whiteboard, how do I turn my hand? These weather people do this. Right there, that whiteboard, the workouts will be posted back there. I coach Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, and then the Schmitz have Thursday, Friday. We will be getting here a little early to make sure we can write those workouts down and get them on the whiteboard. I don't know if we can fit, we might try to fit all 5 days back there. So why are we doing this? Why are we having a week where I don't post any of the workouts? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, every once in a while I'll switch a workout a little bit at night. Sometimes I've been known to wake up early in the morning and get to the gym early in the morning, and I change it at like 4 a.m. And so people come rolling in and they just freak out because it's changed a little bit. Usually it's changed just a tiny bit. Obviously there's the notorious workout where we did the box jumps and deadlifts, and then the rest was actually an 800-meter run. I've done that once. I really enjoyed that. Might do that again, but people come in to complain, right? So let's take it back. I've been doing CrossFit for like 9 years now. When I first started CrossFit, I started at a place called CrossFit Lodo. They're still up and running. They're like 2 blocks from Coors Field. When I used to go, they were the other direction from Coors Field where they're at now. They're down in the basement of like this old warehouse. It's like these old, well, I guess as the story goes, the bottom floor were horse stalls 100 years ago or whatever. Right when Denver was coming up, you needed horse stalls because people were riding horses all over the place, right? Anyway, this was like a basement. It was a dirty gym. I really loved it, despite how I like to keep my gym clean because most people like it clean, and I wanted to set that good first impression. But I actually really like a dirty gym. I like to work out in a dirty gym because you just get filthy dirty, and that's what you're there for. You're there just to put in some work. But anyway, I would get there. I would go to their 5:15. I think they had a 5:15, or it was either 5:15 or 5:30. But I would drive downtown. We had just moved to where we're living now. Actually, I take that back. We were still living in Parker. No, we were living here. We were living where we're at now. And I would jump on 470 and go downtown. This was back before I even had my eyes. I remember we're in contact, and it was terrible, right? Driving down there, I would get there to the 5:30 class. I would have to leave home before 5 or whatever it was, just to get downtown. I'd do my workout in. I'd go to work at the time, work out a shower. I'd shower there, clean up, and go to work. But I would go down there, and I have no idea what I'm getting into. I'd pull up to that parking lot at 5:15 or 5:10 or whatever it was, about 5 minutes before class started. Wait for the coach to get there. You'd walk into the gym. You still have no idea what you're getting into. I remember standing there waiting for the coach to start writing the workout down on the whiteboard. They had this big bank of whiteboards on the gym, and we used to have the same thing here. Same thing used to be here at Crush when I first started Crush, where these TVs are. It was a big whiteboard, like two of those whiteboards stacked, one on top of the other, and we would write down the workouts. We'd divide it into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No Sunday was on. There's the 6 days of the week, because those were the days the workouts were and still are. And the coach would get there and write it down. And it gives you a certain rush, if you will. Like, there's still a handful of people that come in here. Like, I know of a couple that come in here every day, never look at the phone, never look at the workouts, never ask anybody about it. There's even some people that have really good friends or relatives that might come to class in the morning, and they come in the afternoon. I kind of expect that maybe they've chatted about what the workout is, or they've asked them what the workout, and they have no idea. And if you come in here with that there's like an anticipation, right? It's interesting, right? And you're going to experience it this week. So that's one of the main reasons. It kind of takes it back to the old school, it's kind of a throwback. Using the whiteboard, we used to always write down our times, write down our scores on the whiteboard, which is kind of cool too, because you'd come in the next day. Back then when I was at Lodo, for example, I would do the workout at 5 a.m., the first class of the day, and then there's no way you could check your scores online. You couldn't check to see what anybody else did that day and see if you beat somebody or see how you did compared to the rest of the class. And the competitive nature of CrossFit is one of the things that really got me into CrossFit. Shocker. So I would get there the next morning and go to the whiteboard and look and see what the other classes did. how the different times, how I compare. Back then I didn't compare very well. I was just getting into it, but I still was curious to see how I fit in amongst others that did that same workout. So this whole week, you will not know what the workouts are. You won't have any idea. I will post them the day after, so if you want to record scores, a little hint that there might be a couple girl workouts this week, and so we can record those scores. It's nice to have those scores recorded because when we do repeat those, it's nice to see if you have improved your fitness. It is not a crazy week. We don't have a rowing burpee workout like we had last week. It's not a hell week. It's not a week full of just terrible workouts. I'm not going to have a workout where we come in and do like 50 burpees or 100. I don't think there's any burpees next week. I do need to double check to make sure there's no running because the weather's not supposed to be so nice a few days next week. I know we're going to start upticking our running as the weather gets nicer, but there's no like miserable workouts. I know there are 3 days where we're going to lift, so there's going to be some lifting next week. It's going to be more of a normal week. I don't really feel like we've had a normal week since before the Open started. It's hard to program normal weeks with the Open because you don't know what's coming up on a Friday. And then last week, the first week after the Open, I made it quote unquote hell week. So that is kind of why we're doing it this week. A little CrossFit history, before we had TVs and the internet and all that kind of stuff and all these apps. On a sidetrack, if you can just imagine how many companies have grown, have started, have flourished thanks to CrossFit outside of just CrossFit gyms. All the software companies, the SugarWODs, the Zen planners that didn't exist before this. Rogue Fitness didn't exist. Rep Fitness didn't exist. Home gyms weren't a thing really before this. CrossFit has really done quite a bit for the fitness community as a whole. Our economy as a whole, outside of just gyms, that's a whole nother topic. If you want to talk about that, it's pretty interesting if you think about all the gyms that have grown or even started up and become large companies thanks to CrossFit. Anyway, this week, come in, see what the workout is, have a good time. I promise no miserable ones. I promise some heavy lifting. I do promise a couple challenging workouts, but it's a normal week. You're not going to know what you're getting into until you get in here. Whether you come at 4:30 in the afternoon or 5 in the morning, the workout's not going to be posted anywhere. See you this week.